Hello, I'm Grin and welcome to the first video in a series that we don't really have a name for yet. In the previous episode of Op Shop Holes, I jokingly referred to it as collecting crap with Grin, but I'm not sure we can actually call it that, as I think if I put crap in the title, it's probably gonna get demonetized. And so, at the moment, it's just CC with Grin, and if you've got a better title, do let us know in the comments and we'll consider it. But either way, as I said in that episode of Op Shop Holes, I do so enjoy collecting pointless garbage. In that video, I was collecting mushies, which are these completely pointless Lion King collectibles they're currently giving away at the local food store. If you spend enough money, and I have no use for them, no real strong attachment to them, but they're just kinda cute, and so I can't help myself collect them. And this is nothing new. I've been collecting crap for decades, so I figured in this video, why not look at some old stuff I collected a while ago and then open up some new stuff. And so these first collectibles actually used to come from Magi Noodles, or Magi Noodles, I think it's Magi Noodles, which are these ones here. Back in the 90s, Magi Noodles didn't only give you too much sodium per serving. Look at that, that's 950 milligrams of sodium per serving, and I believe the maximum recommended daily intake is 1,500. And back in the day, I used to eat 3 or so of these in one sitting, so I'm surprised I didn't just kill over and die, but damn are they not tasty. But back in the day, not only did they give you delicious salty noodle goodness, but also these little collectible trading cards. This was back in 1998, which should say it down there. There you go. Copyright 1998 Toho. And it was to coincide with either the live-action American Godzilla movie or the cartoon series that span off from it. As you can see, the artwork was just insanely cool. You've got sort of alien-style eggs there, and the alien T-Rex is coming out of it and looking rather frightening. And this was, in 98, probably the first collectible that I actually 100%ed and got every single one of them in the series. Not difficult to do. There were, after all, only 10, but you didn't necessarily know which one you were going to get in your noodle packet, so it's only 10 cards here in the series. I mean, I've taken out all the double-ups and whatnot, so I did get plenty of double-ups, but only 10 cards in the series. But that represents a lot of noodles and a lot of sodium. So I did the hard yards here, and let's take a look. And so as I showed for the first one, creepy alien dinosaur eggs. Oh, that's gonna annoy the hell out of me. And we're back. Sorry about that, but showing them off not in order would have seriously upset my OCD just now. So first up we have Godzilla bursting through a building. And as I said, the art style in these are amazing. I'll do a proper scan of them and upload that too so you can get a proper look at it. But I feel like if the Godzilla movie that did come out actually looked like these cards, it would have probably been a lot better received. Then we have this one here, which I actually thought was always a bit strange back in the day because it's supposed to be Godzilla crouched down to street level, but to me it always looked like a giant boot stepping down. I mean, it's sort of one of those trick of the eye drawings where I can see what it's supposed to be, but my mind also keeps showing me the other way. So let me know, do you see a dinosaur head or do you see a boot? Then we have this one here, an extremely buff Godzilla just chilling underwater with the sun rays going down. Once again, just a super cool art style. You can see that there's actually a submarine swimming between Godzilla's tail there. I mean, really just impressive. I don't think the cartoon looked this good, but it's been a long time, and I know the movie definitely didn't look this good, but they're just overall really awesome drawings here, and I would love to actually know who did them. I don't think it says on the card who the individual artist was. Nope, doesn't say at all. But either way, whoever did these, solid job. Then this one here is probably one of my favorites. You see people like running in terror. Godzilla just looking really quite terrifying. I mean, obviously, it doesn't really look like Godzilla. It's a bit too skinny and a bit too buff, but whatever the dinosaur monster depicted here, I mean, it looks more like Godzilla than it did in the actual movie, but Either way, really cool art style of just some kaijus destroying stuff. And then we've got this one, which is a bit more cartoony than the others, and over the shoulder shot of Godzilla getting blasted at by helicopters that seem to be firing Buck Rogers lasers. So that's an interesting one. This one's probably my favorite in the entire series. You've got 3 of the Godzilla babies that you see at the end of the movie. You see their eggs, and I think you see one of them hatching. If I remember correctly, the cartoon was actually following Godzilla's children, so that's them there. And they're just chasing after this guy, which looks like it's probably not even a drawing, he's just superimposed in, and, you know, he's just completely screwed. There's no getting out of that. He's gonna get Godzilla'd. And then we're back to this one here, which is the one I started with, sort of the Ridley Scott-style aliens and the, you know, Godzilla babies acting like the aliens from Alien? I've said Alien too many times here, but you can definitely see that that's what they were going for here. And this one I absolutely love. It's Godzilla having his King Kong moment. I don't think any building would actually be able to sustain Godzilla's weight, but there it is. Godzilla perched like he's King Kong or the giant claw or something. It seems to be holding up pretty darn well, but I wouldn't want to stay up there too long if I was him. And it's just overall, it's a nice composition, nice little throwback to King Kong. I quite like it. Also, I didn't notice until I was doing these pickup shots, but that's also a very King Kong moment there, because it appears he's climbing the Empire State Building there. So, both of them extremely King Kong, and maybe that's one of the World Trade Centers there, which could be a bit of a throwback, because after all, in the original King Kong he climbs the Empire State, but in the 1970s King Kong, I believe it was, he climbs the World Trade Center. So maybe that's a bit of a joint joke there. Pretty interesting. Moving on. And then the final one, once again, just Godzilla going on a bit of a rampage. He's picked up a bus and he'll throw it back down as he goes through the streets of New York town. Oh, Godzilla. Bit of a weird composition on that one, but whatever, take it or leave it. It's a pretty darn good collection. Just 10 of them, easy to collect all of. It was back in 1998. If you wanted to do it today, you'd probably have to get them from eBay or something. But just a nice lineup of some unique art of Godzilla that you don't really see anywhere else. So get back on it, Magi Noodles. We want more Godzilla cards. I mean, the movies are back. There's no reason that you shouldn't bring back Godzilla. Hashtag Godzilla from Magi 2019. And also, somewhat related, they were clearly pushing really quite hard to popularize Godzilla when the movie came out. This is a Godzilla hand puppet that came out with, I believe, KFC, which surprises me because it's really nice quality. It's sort of rubber plastic and it's colored rather well. I mean, you can only just and so open and close it, but for a KFC giveaway, if that's where it did come from, it's shockingly good quality. And it used to roar. It doesn't really now. It's low on batteries, but I mean, the fact that it's making any noise 21 years later, you know, that's not a bad effort. But yeah, Godzilla Fever was pretty big when that movie came out, even if not many people were very happy with it. I don't mind it, but I'll go for any movie where a giant dinosaur is destroying a city. And then jumping straight from cool collectibles from 1998 to really dumb collectibles from 2019 that for no particular reason I'm still collecting, we have the Kohl's Little Shop 2 collectibles. The Little Shop was a collectible range that the supermarket store Kohl's did a while ago, where it's just little products like these. It's small versions of big products they actually carry. I mean, there are some really tiny potato gems there. People went completely crazy over it last time. You had people paying thousands of dollars for a golden banana and all sorts of nonsense. I don't know what's wrong with people. This time no one seems to care about the Little Shop 2s because Kohl's is getting outshone by Woolworth's stupid collectibles. The Mushies, they're just as dumb, but the zeitgeist has moved on and everyone wants Mushies. No one cares about small egg containers anymore. But either way, I've got 3 of them here, so I'm just gonna open them and see what we've got. It's also interesting to note that people were freaking out about the waste that went into the packaging of these last time. The Woolworths ones have kind of avoided that because they're paper. But I noticed on the Kohl's ones this time, they are apparently recyclable if you return it to the shop, so I guess I can feel a little bit less terrible about collecting this crap, though I still feel bad that I'm collecting something so dumb, but whatever, that's life. And what do we have here? We have a very small container of special burger sauce. So that's pretty exciting. It doesn't actually open, which is a disappointing attention to detail there, Kohl's. But it's got everything else there. So that's pretty rad. I mean, I don't actually buy this product, but I do like burgers, so maybe I should. They're hooking me in with their little advertisement there. And then we've also got, apparently it's a choking hazard, and its age is 5 and up is the target audience, which is good news, because I am aged 5 and up, so I'm right bang in the demographic there. And this one is, toothpaste. I do use this brand. Shout out to Colgate. Most of my teeth are still in my head, so you're doing a bang-up job there. And then finally, we've got peas. So everyone out there should be jealous if they don't have a small packet of peas, because now I do. And you might be thinking, Grin, why would you want these? What's the point of it? Well, quite simply, I plan to collect enough of them that I've got basically every single item a household would have, and then I want to break into someone's house and replace all of their items with these small items, so when they wake up in the morning, they're going to be really confused and think that maybe they've gotten really big overnight, or perhaps a alien laser beam has shrunk all of their belongings, and it's some sort of plot by the evil Emperor Ming or something. It's a far-fetched plan, but I think it might just work. And so that's the crap I've collected today. I mean, you've got to ask yourself, is it a really small barbecue sauce container, or is it a regular sized one and a really small lion? These are the kind of questions that keep me up at night. And so that brings us to the end of this episode of Collecting Crap with Grin Grimsley. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did and want to see more, leave a like and a comment, because I've accumulated so much collectible crap over the years that I could pretty much make a weekly video like this indefinitely. Oh my god, judging by this informational pamphlet on the Little Shop 2, you can get tiny little Magi Noodle ones. I wonder if they'll come with tiny little Magi Noodle dinosaur cards. One can only hope. Where's my goddamn flavor packet? Well, how the... I need some sort of funnel device. These gloves are about 30 to 40 years old and definitely not clean, so luckily I'm going to be pouring boiling water on this in a moment. You think this is difficult? Wait until you see me trying to do arts and crafts like this. There is a reason that every project I work on takes a good decade to complete. Not sponsored by Sunbeam or Magi Noodles, but I appreciate the dinosaur cards. And now we just wait 10 minutes and we're set. That's Cooking with Grin, Episode 1.